Merry Christmas, everybody.
Hi, folks. Scott, Review Guys. Making a list and checking it twice.
He's trying to set up for something that I really don't think is going to be that big of a deal, but let's go ahead and do it.
Okay, you ready? It's back! My face!
He has a face, again. And that's something to be proud of.
I shaved the beard by accident.
How do you shave a beard by accident?
You know how those clippers that you have that you showed me are missing a tooth on the guard?
Yeah.
It's what happened with my clippers. And I was, the missing tooth was shaving a rut. So I just was like, ah.
That just blooming sucks, don't it? So here we are.
It does. I could have shaved some Jeff Hardy grooves, you know? Some little... Didn't even think about that. Man.
Yeah, but then you'd have to start doing drugs and have a kid and
We don't need
make a purple belt.
it. Which he lost. Did you hear about that?
No.
He lost it somewhere. And then they found it. Apparently it wasn't his fault, but...
Good old Jeff Hardy. He's always good for a laugh. I miss him. I really do.
Well, so let's talk. We got a few things to talk about. I don't know if we're going to get together before Christmas, because Christmas is coming up. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm in the Christmas spirit.
Yeah, it's got the Christmas hat on.
And if I pass out or anything during the video, it's because it's very tight and it might cut off circulation to my brain. But that's okay. It's a beautiful hat. Beautiful. Anyway, moving on. So we're going to talk
This is just kind of a year and it's kind of what's going on. And last video, well, we might see it before the end of the year.
Oh, you'll see us before the end of the year because we've got the Wrestlies, which is exactly what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about some categories for the Wrestlies. Now, we're going to do it a little differently this year. We're going to throw the categories out to you guys, and we want your input. We want
Give us suggestions.
some of your thoughts.
Suggestions.
Who should win some of these awards? Obviously, ultimately, it comes down to us. I mean, let's face it. I mean, come on.
We'll win the awards.
But we want your input. We want to hear what you have to say. So we're going to start with the, regular awards, the typical awards, the ones we've done every year. Diva of the Year. Nominees for Diva of the Year. Most Annoying Wrestler of the Year. Tag Team of the Year, which is a bit of an oxymoron, but it's okay. It's okay. Face and Heel of the Year.
True.
Match of the Year. Rivalry of the Year. And Wrestler of the Year. So give us some thoughts on who should win some of these.
Those are the classic Wrestlies. Now this year, if you remember a couple of videos back, we said we asked for your suggestions for more categories. And Chris picked out some.
So here are some
struck his fancy. I liked them all.
I did too, but we don't have enough time for all of them.
I wanted to be the good cop.
So here are the ones that we came up with. First we have, which I think is a great category because he deserves his own, category. Santino Moment of the Year. There's about a billion of them.
I've had one ever since I saw this. I had one that came to mind, but then the one last night was pretty funny. Where did you see his SmackDown last night on?
I saw his match.
Oh, right before that there was a little. We'll talk about it later.
Okay. Worst storyline of the year, which this can be, just what was the worst, which was set up to be great but ultimately failed. Just worst storyline of the year. Best theme song of the year. Best theme music of the year. I can think of a couple that are just outstanding. Rookie of the Year. This is one that I think we've done in the past, but
yeah,
we've done this in the past, but it wasn't on the list. I don't know exactly how to word this one, but I loved it, so I wrote it down. The He Deserves a Push Award. The most deserving wrestler of a push that has not gotten one this year. Biggest letdown of the year. I guess this can fall into the worst storyline category, or can be similar.
And finally, before we move on to bigger and better things,
Jobber of the Year.
Jobber of the Year. And take that to mean what you will, because I can't even think of that many actual jobbers that we saw. We'll talk about that.
I mean, it could be just people like...
Or people who get treated as jobbers. Like Chavo Guerrero.
Like your Chavo Guerreros, your William Regals, your...
oh, yeah, William Regal.
Zack Ryders.
Okay, moving on. We must talk about John Morrison.
Must we?
Yeah!
Okay.
You were right on with your prediction.
I was.
And so are we happy? Are you happy?
Yes. I'm interested to see what happens. I didn't see all of Raw Monday night, so I mean, I saw the opening segment when he came out and spoke to The Miz. It's going to be interesting. I think this is a good chance for him to really show what he can do, and he needs to do that. He needs to really, he needs to pop. He needs to do. It's to me, very reminiscent of the Jeff Hardy situation 3 years ago, where Jeff Hardy got his first real shot at the Royal Rumble. Same
Jim Ross blogged about John Morrison. Said in the blog that he sees a lot of this is similar to HBK's coming into his own, apparently, which I'm not aware of, a match with Mick Foley.
Mm-hmm.
That was when he really stepped it up in terms of putting together a really physical match, and it was kind of a turning point. And Jim Ross thinks that that's similar. He said a lot of people comment that verbally John Morrison isn't ready. I think
ultimately it's going to be up to The Miz to carry this feud. I think when it comes time to have the actual match, I think it's going to be up to John Morrison to carry the match because he is the better in-ring performer.
Very nice.
So they're going to complement each other very well.
Very nice. I like that. I like that, folks. Let's give Chris a round of applause.
Thank you.
That's good. Okay, now stop. There we go.
But it's going to be interesting. I mean, we've said for a long time that he's been very deserving of a shot like this, and he's finally going to get one. And I'm still not buying The Miz as a main eventer. I think of these two, it's easier for me to see Morrison in a title match than still The Miz in a title match, and he's the freaking champion.
Although it's not bad that with Miz being just almost there but not quite, not bad to have Alex Riley tagging along, because a part of me says, what kind of main eventer needs an apprentice, needs a valet, needs a tag-along like that? A Padawan? Very nice.
Thank you.
The master meets the apprentice. Who was that made me think that? Something made me think that recently. Anyway. William Regal and Daniel Bryan. They have a long history together.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They had a match the other night. Which
True.
Actually a very good match.
Love me some William Regal. He loves him some Daniel Bryan.
I'm going to buy me one of them Daniel Bryan shirts. They're the corniest, just simplest, like childish-looking shirts I've ever seen, but I want one.
Very Napoleon Dynamite.
Thank you.
Esque is what I see.
I'm going to buy one. I want one for Christmas if anybody's thinking of getting me anything.
They're not going to get you. I know. Give me something, too. I lost my train of thought. Oh, yes. Yes. A part of me says that a champion doesn't need a Padawan, but another part of me says he kind of makes up for... It's good to have him around to help fill out...
He's still not ready to carry things by himself.
Fill out The Miz. Anything else you want to talk about?
Let's talk about John Cena and the whole Wade Barrett situation. I've seen this replay from the TLC match about 1 billion times, and I'm sorry.
Doesn't look like that big a deal.
It doesn't look like that big a deal. I mean, the guy was under a wooden platform and had all these... I mean, doesn't that defeat the purpose of dropping the chairs on him?
Yeah.
I mean, and again, it looked cool. I'll give you that. It looked cool.
Yeah, it was very well pulled off. That could have gone wrong. But yeah, and I know it's everything in wrestling is meant to be taken as more impactful.
Well, I guess the whole question I have with this is where does the nexus go from here? Because it looks as though CM Punk is going to move into a feud with old John Cena.
Right.
Which will be interesting.
Until he was there on SmackDown in his little ring attire and whatnot, I thought, what? Oh, I mean, CM Punk gets up the announce table.
I need to look all this up because I didn't see any of this.
Off of the announce table.
I saw that Monday night where he hit him with a chair, but I didn't see anything on SmackDown.
On SmackDown, yeah. This was main event, maybe? No, this was after the Dolph-Vicky match.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I saw on Raw, I thought to myself, are we just already rehashing our storylines? Michael Cole gets up and screws The Miz. Now he gets up and hits him. But now that it looks like CM Punk's actually going to be a wrestler.
That must have been who CM Punk was talking about last week when he got the Wrestlies.
I would like to hear more now. I'm intrigued. It'll be interesting to see what happens.
And it's nice to see Punk in a feud with John Cena. That's a pretty, that's a big high-level feud.
Right? I think, yeah. Oh, it'll be interesting to see where it goes.
Yes. So, I mean, it's another year has gone by, and WrestleMania's right around the corner again. Royal Rumble's coming up. Who do you think's any front runners for winning the Rumble? Do they? I mean, there's still the question, the lingering question out there. If they unify the titles at WrestleMania, what does winning the Rumble mean?
There haven't been any
I've heard nothing else about
rumblings.
that. So, yeah.
Murmurings.
Okay.
I think that's about all there is.
I think that's all we're going to discuss. So, again, we threw the topics at you. Give us your ideas. Give us your suggestions. And we'll have the Wrestlies coming up to you.
We'll dress nice. I'm getting my outfit
I'm already
ready.
wearing a tie. Look at that. Isn't that pretty?
Yeah.
Thanks. I'm dressed so classy today. If you folks could only see what I'm wearing. I'm wearing shorts 2 days before Christmas.
We Floridians are cursed with hot Christmases.
Mm-hmm.
I was finishing my Christmas shopping today. I walk out of the store thinking, yeah, here we go, Christmas time. Boy, yeah. Walk out of the store and it's hot.
Mm-hmm.
It's muggy.
Kind of a letdown.
But it's been cool up until now, but it hadn't been So we'll see you after Christmas. So Merry Christmas to all.
And to all a good night.
Oh, very nice.
Peace, everyone. I'm going to go get my Grinch on.